The enemy has failed to break through Russian defences. That's according to Russia's defence ministry. Officials say they've repelled a large-scale Ukrainian offensive that took place on Sunday along 5 parts of the southern Donetsk front.
On the morning of June 4th, the enemy launched a large-scale offensive on 5 parts of the front line in the South Donetsk direction by bringing into battle the 23rd and 31st Mechanized Brigades from the strategic reserves of the Ukrainian armed forces, with the support of other military units. The enemy's goal was to break through our defenses in what they considered the most vulnerable section of the front. The enemy did not achieve their objectives.
Now, this is a long-awaited counteroffensive, with not only media talking about it for months, but also Western officials putting their predictions on the table. Now, the Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky has said on Saturday that Kyiv is completely ready for the counteroffensive and that the military of the country cannot wait any longer. However, the very same day, the deputy head, Igor Zhovka, has said that the country has not received enough weapons to do so. Now, earlier on Monday, the Ministry of Defense of Russia has said that Ukrainian forces have attacked Russian troops in 5 sections of the front line in Donbass.
As a result of skillful and competent actions of the eastern group of our troops, the Ukrainian military lost more than 250 troops, 16 tanks, 3 infantry fighting vehicles and 21 armored combat vehicles.
Now, it is very hard to miss U.S. reactions, as U.S. top officials have shown their proxy war tactics in Ukraine, now urging Kyiv to take vital territories from Russia. And we must mention also that the U.S. has spent billions of dollars in aid to Ukraine and has also said on countless occasions that it will not stop doing so until it sees a Russian defeat.
What we want to do is support Ukraine to make as much progress as possible on the battlefield so that it is in the strongest possible position at the negotiating table. And we do believe that this counteroffensive will allow Ukraine to take strategically significant territory back from Russia, areas occupied by Russia that are rightfully sovereign Ukrainian territory.
Now, Kyiv has gone on a drone attack spree in Russia, attacking not only the Kremlin, but also residential buildings in Moscow, and we also have the Belgorod attack. Now, analysts have assumed that these attacks are nothing but a diversion from the attention of Ukrainian defeat in Artyomovsk, and that these actions could be a symptom of Ukrainian counteroffensive. Now, the Russian Ministry of Defense has said that Russian troops have repelled an armed incursion into the Belgorod region by pro-Kiev groups, which we must mention that these groups are considered to be terrorist organizations in Russia. The Belgorod governor has said that the drone strike on an energy infrastructure site and that there are no casualties so far. We also must mention that the weapons that are sent to Ukraine keep on increasing, and that is according to Press Secretary Dmitry Peskov, who has also said that there are supplies coming from Germany and France of missiles with over a 500-kilometer range. Now, how far this counteroffensive will go, we don't really know, but Kyiv has stated that it is planning to restore the 1991 borders, which include not only the Donbass region and Kherson, but also Crimea. Now, the Kremlin has mentioned and has drawn a red line on Crimea. In case there are attacks on Crimea, it would be a direct attack on Russia itself, and that Russia will react accordingly. Now, so far, restoring the 1991 borders seems like nothing more than Kyiv's pipe dream.
As Kyiv's counter-offensive appears to be getting underway, Ukraine has intensified its shelling of civilian areas in other parts of Russia this week. The city of Gorlovka in the Donetsk Republic reportedly hit by 30 Ukrainian rockets that left 3 people injured. Another attack also struck Crimea. Well, meanwhile, the Russian town of Shebekina, which is located close to the border, has